Well, good afternoon, everybody. I wanted to do a quick update on this pattern change that we're going to be seeing over the next really 7 to 10 days. We're going to see below average temperatures return after what's been a beautiful start to February, and I just want to break down the data just a little bit. One of the things we look at, or really two of the things we look at, is the AO and NAO, and they're both going into a negative phase. Now, when the NAO is in a negative phase, you're able to get colder air down into the southern, central, and eastern U.S. When the AO is in a negative phase, you're able to get lower pressures and colder temperatures down in the southern, central, and eastern U.S. And so that's just kind of a look at what those are. And as you look at the forecasts for both of these indexes, the AO and the NAO, there's both of them, they are both going negative into the middle and end of February. You may also know we're in a El Nino pattern, and this is the temperature anomaly graph that you get when you're in an El Nino and you have a negative AO and a negative NAO. So that's why we've been talking for a while about a colder finish to the year. This is just analog forecasting, looking at the pattern and what it supports going into late February, and you get below average temperatures not only for Arkansas, but for much of the southern and eastern U.S., and you go way below average the further east and further south you get. Now look at what the upcoming ensembles have as we go towards day 10 to 15. It's very similar, actually. Very, very similar. Southern and eastern U.S. With the colder temperatures, a little bit warmer there in the northern plains is the analog, and that may be the case as you look at the forecast. So that is kind of the analogs coming into action as you look at the model data, and this is just some of the extended range stuff. It does show a chilly start, or a chilly finish rather, to February, and maybe even a colder start to March, but that's even a longer way out there. So we've been looking at the upper air pattern, and we've been showing you these maps. If you've been following us, perhaps you've seen them, but you've got ridging up into Alaska, and you've got the high pressure over Greenland. That is why we have our negative AO, negative NAO. You're sending lower pressures down, or lower heights down into the central and eastern U.S. This is just, for lack of a better term and for lack of a longer explanation, a stormy pattern for our region and points to the east. And it matches up well with some Februaries from way back when, 1958, there's 1978, there's 2010. So there can be some big months here in this list of analogs where things did get really cold and really stormy in the south and eastern U.S. Of course, details remain fuzzy on exact specifics, but this is just one of the reasons why we feel really good about there being a colder finish to the month, below average. Now remember, in the next couple of weeks, our high temperatures average high temperatures are in the mid-50s, but what we're looking at is we're going to be probably seeing at least highs in the 40s and lows back near freezing, and the chances for some precipitation. Remember, details, tough to pin down right now, but the overall pattern will support colder temperatures as you get past the system that's coming next weekend. But until then, it's going to be a beautiful week. I hope this helps you understand kind of where we're headed, but enjoy the great weather we've got this week. Something tells me that weather may not be so nice getting towards the middle and end of February.